Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. Today's battle's on the Normandy map, otherwise known as the DBA map, and we've got HeavyTone from Rapid Clan. He's in the T29, and you can see he's got this tank as a tribute to the most famous T29 driver, Purple Biscuits. Now, HeavyTone's on a mission. It's the Heavy Tank 15 mission, so let's have a quick look at the conditions there. So this is for the T29 HTC. This is the second of the personal campaign blocks. So it has to do a total of 6,000 hit points of causing, receiving and blocking damage, and to get honours to get 20% of the total amount of damage caused by the team. So you can't just be passive, you have to be active and to win the battle. So I managed to do this last year. It's a pretty tough mission, but it helps if you've got hit points on your tank and the ability to bounce, so that gives you have to sacrifice some hit points for the total, because that counts. You don't want to die, obviously, or at least you can't die until you know that it's going to be a win and you reach the other conditions. And also you have to basically get the high caliber reward as well. So it's a reasonably tough mission, but so you can do it tier 5, that's what I did. So it's not completely impossible, it's the right tank, and the T29 definitely one of those tanks. Very strong frontal turret armour, good gun depression, you can get held down, and decent damage output, so that yeah, you can basically combine that. So you look at the counter at the top there, he's done 304, that's just from that one damage shot. But as he bounces shots and as he takes damage, that counter will tick over. So that's his primary target there. Alright, so this is actually not a bad map for this mission. We've got lots of sort of hold down positions, even here on the side of the hill. So some people forget that, yeah, you can come across the side and still get held down. Good gun depression on your tank. See how it goes. Now, it's not getting a lot of opportunities here. The enemy's spread out quite wide, but typically on this area you get medium tanks and light tanks, but they only have one light tank. This is the SP1C, and that was the tank he managed to put some damage in. Just seeing there, he's actually now one-shottable. If he gets another shot in, that will actually put his team at a good advantage. So the question is, can you push up here? Typically with tank destroyers lining up the back. In fact, there's something. That's Leo, just a medium tank, and he managed to block. So there you go. This target's just jumped up. There's in his counter to 604, getting a nice block on that Leo. Going through the mantlet on the turret is not an easy task. And there's another medium tank there, HT46. He's concentrating on the tanks to his right there, so not really looking at HeavyTone. And someone's hit that's SP1C. I'm going to say the other name for it, but I'm going to try and not say that. It's a derogatory term these days. Anyway, that's not going to hang up on those sort of things. This is HeavyTone's battle. Can he make the most of it and push in? Well, you don't want to push in on these tanks, but okay, there we go. The Leo's gone a bit too far forward. Let's put a nice shot in on there, and the Progetto's just about a one-shottable right now. Leo's taken out, so no more targets there, but this Leo's just in the wrong spot. It's caught between these two areas, and he's not going to live very long. So they managed to get the kill there, and now this is T43 in front of them. Now, just to point out, HeavyTone's in a tier 7 vehicle, and this is a tier 7, tier 8 battle. So one thing is that actually adds more points to the pool, so it gives you, a bit more useful information. And there you go, he's actually taken some damage this time, and you can see his counter's gone up again. So it doesn't really matter whether you get shot and penetrated, or shot and bounced, or you shoot and do damage, that all counts towards the total. So knowing that you can use some of your hit points towards it, but you've got to manage your hit points. And there you go, it's just a lot more. That Progetto put 2 shots in into the side, and he's been taken down to 352. So Progetto getting full whack, which is unfortunate, but again, it all goes to his total. You can see now he's over 50% of what he needs to do. If you can just deal with the pesky Progetto. Now he's got a shot on the top of that T43, which he nicely puts in, and he bounces a massive shot from an SU-152. Bit of a low roll there from the SU, but a bit hard to tell what gun it's using. But again, that all helps, so it takes him over 3/4 of the way to his total. And the battle's still in the balance here. Now we've gone through about a third of the time limit on this random battle. Looks like Richard, okay, he does need to get revenge, he's been taken out. You just don't want to push too quickly through this area here. I mean, this is obviously the best part of the map in terms of the coverage, but we know there's a SU-152 at the back there, and there's also a Borsig and a T29 AT, and he is one-shottable pretty much to most of those tanks. 352 hit points. Can take a hit from the odd one. In fact, probably take one more hit from Progetto, but it'd be nicer to shoot him rather than take it. And he doesn't want to risk his hit points just yet. And he gets lit there, but not clear by what. But he bounces another round from the SU-152. So you can see where the damage is coming from. You can't see the SUs, obviously not too far back. And then that's taken his target up to 4.5k. So tracking nicely. Still plenty of time left in the game. Thing is now, with the low amount of hit points he's got left, he's got to manage his health to survive a bit longer and either rack up more damage or collect more bounces. And it would be nice to do damage at this point of the game and keep your chances of winning the game as high as you can. Progetto just hiding out nicely, and he doesn't want to expose himself too much to the SU. But okay, and he gets lit again. Now it's the Progetto. You don't need to be lit. I mean, you don't have to see the tank that's lighting it, of course. But it could be something other than the Progetto. And the SP1C is still out there somewhere, so it's quite likely it's the SP. But no targets presenting at the moment. And there you go, there's the Progetto finally comes up it, but he gets his revenge and he bounces the incoming shot there. So it's taking him to 5k. So he's got just under 1,000 hit points he's got to accumulate now to get that damage total. His team's in a bit of a hole in terms of hit points though. They're only one tank behind, so it's still got a chance to win this game. And he's lit, but hopefully he's not in line for the SU-152 where it is. And he bounces another shot, this time from the Spic. There I go, I said it now, and he's found the SU-152. He is now a hair's breadth away from getting his total. And can he get another hit on that SU? No, he's gone behind hard cover. SP1C's been taken out. Gets a shot on the SU. No, eaten by the tracks. So he's still lacking that last, what have we got, 41 hit points needed to get his total. So he's doing reasonably well, however. He's bounced to 2.5k. He's got nearly 2,500 hit points of damage. No doubt gotten a slight lead in terms of the guns in the game, although they're still a little behind on hit points. And he's really got a motor now to get to a position where he can get into the action again and complete his mission. So motoring quickly is really not one of the strengths of the T29, I've got to say. It is a heavy tank and it behaves like one. And something is on the camp. That looks like the Caliban from the enemy team who has been spotted up in that area. Tone decides, well, actually wants to win this game, so let's get on the cap down here and start the clock ticking down. That also might bring tanks back to where he is and give him a chance to complete his mission. So Borsig on the enemy team takes out their Barask. They have destroyed the Caliban, but still tanks to go. T29 is way on the other side of the map. The Target 2 is the closest one to where Tone is. And like I say, at this point I would be loading premium rounds. T29 coming around the corner potentially. Not quite enough points to... Oh no, he's got 61 now. Get the T29. Tone just doesn't want to get off the base. The T29 not just in a position yet to be spotted. There's a bit of a race to stop the cap timer on the other side as well if they do want to win. So Tone just pulling back, looking for the opportunity to spot something else that he can shoot. There you go, there's the T29. Is he visible now? Oh, and the Tiger 2. Now he does get lit here. even if they just shoot him and bounce, that would be something he could get. There's the T29. I think he's got the wrong shells loaded. Again, he gets a critical hit on the T29. Coming around from the target, so he needs to get a damaging shot more for them to land on it, and there's only 15 seconds left before he wins through capping. So this is a balancing act. You step off cap and go for the target. But there's the T29. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you'd had your premium rounds loaded, this would have been a chance to win, and now you've got the cap, so a bit unfortunate. And that's the victory, but not the mission. Well, a bit of a heartbreak there for that mission completion, but still a reasonable battle. So he's ended up with just under 2.5k of damage and blocked 2500. That's given the Steel Wall Award, and he's 100% of the capture points. That gave him the Invader medal. He's ended up with a second class mastery badge there. So don't forget he's bottom tier in this game, but he's ended up with the highest EXP, and that helps when you're doing damage to heavy tanks or any tanks that are tiers above you. You get extra EXP for that, so that helps explain that, given that he got less damage than the CS52 LAS there, just for an example, but so a good result there. And on the enemy team, the Tiger 2 was probably the best performer there, both on damage and EXP. So yeah, if you think there would be ways that he could have got that award for the mission, please leave comments below. I think we'd like to hear your opinions on that one. Anyway, let's have a look at the detailed report. He fired 13 shots, 11 hits, so nice shooting there, 8 penetrations, and you heard my comments about switching to premium rounds. He had them on the tank, he could have used them, but nonetheless, that is what it is. But as a result, he earned a decent amount of credits on there, 23k, not bad for a tier 7, and I think you'd be happy with the experience he earned as well. So really interesting game there from HeavyTone. Certainly some room for improvement that could be made there, but best of luck on your journey through the campaign missions, and we look forward to more content from you from that. We hope you liked the video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. It certainly helps the video performance. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet and you're watching this for the first time, well, welcome, but we'd like you to subscribe as well. In any case, thanks very much for watching.